Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh. Yes, brothers and sisters of the human race, all humans under the creation and progeny of Adam, may peace be upon him, who was the first human being. Yeah, I mentioned stuff like that before, so I'm just making it clear when I use the word brother, because some people will get spooky, and even as with my fellow Muslim brothers who start saying, "Oh, he's interfaith in it." Nah, I know my place. I know where we're supposed to be as far as with Muslims and in Islam. Of course, we know our positions. So, but to the point, Alhamdulillah. Welcome to the show again, and my channel. When you come in, to watch the video, or if you happen to come, please thumbs up, because it helps to get the video out there more, so more people can be able to benefit from whatever knowledge that I've benefited from that I put out in these videos, which is the main reason that I put these videos out, because I'm trying to help to educate as I've been educated, only what I know, to educate the people that are either close to me, fellow Muslim brothers and sisters, and on down the line, as far as those who need the help and need to know. So I'm here basically bringing in and this is my financial segment, if you seem to notice in the background, but I deal with and I focus on the new type of form of currency and financial wealth known as digital currency slash cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, and that's what my this segment is based on, and business as well. And I deal with business because I have an inspiring entrepreneur myself. I have a small business with my wife, so we try to do business, and there will be also videos coming up with the some of us, what we do in business and dealing with my business with my wife, and trying to bring some some good advice on when you first start a business or whatever. And the likes of these things will be there for the videos, inshallah, in the future, that I'll be trying to put out in my channel, which is Taalib Rahim, and you can find me throughout YouTube, of course. And if you're connected with me as a friend in Facebook, you should be able to see my videos in the feed, in the public feed, and the likes of this. And you can correspond with me. I will be trying to put my email address and also my link in the description area, so that you can reach me for information, more information. Also, the opportunities in crypto, investment of cryptocurrency opportunities that I'm involved in, that I would like to get you involved in as well, because it will benefit you as much as it's benefiting me, and I'm seeing the growth in my wealth, inshallah. So that's to come, inshallah. So just stay with me and stay tuned and be involved, and try to get involved, because this crypto space, as we call it, a space, is it's like a world right now. It's so much going on, so many people involved, so many different like sub communities that are under each each other cryptocurrencies, that they have so much things going on, and opportunities of business as well. So many things. It's like it's an ecosystem within itself, and it's like a new neo ecosystem from what we've known from dealing with the American dollar in America, or all the different fiat currencies that I've mentioned in my prior videos, like the one you just might have seen earlier today. But I'm going to be speaking a bit again with the cryptocurrency and the importance of it, and using some of like this one guy that I mentioned. It was a book. Again, his name is Terry Ajayi. I think it's Ajayi, if I'm correct. And I'm gonna hopefully get in contact with him. I've been trying to make contact. I posted in one of his videos a comment to try to have some contact with him. I want to actually correspond with him for what he knows and what he's involved in. He's an African born descendant. I think he lives in a non-African country, but he's from his family, and I think his nationality. Both his parents is from Africa, born there, and I think he might have been born there if I'm correct. But there's more to go on. You can find out about him online too. His book is known as Cryptocurrency and Money's Uselessness. Legitimate Illiteracy Explains It. A no book about cryptocurrency. And that's what he has on his book. I showed you in the video before, gave you a visual, but later on I'll try to like actually take a picture and put it up as a post, maybe in Facebook or what have you, so I can invite you to also even purchase his book. You can purchase his book on Amazon, which is it's not that much. I think it was $27, $29, and it's how many pages actually? Let me see. I think it's about all the way fully to the end of the author's vision. It's just 349 pages. It's a pretty good book so far. I've been really like impressed with the knowledge that he's been putting in there that has been in line with the same knowledge that most of the people in the cryptocurrency world and space have been putting out there and trying to educate the people with. Even stuff like Robert Kiyosaki, well-known, financial expert as far as in connection with business and how to build your wealth and have passive income and stuff. And he has his own academy, which he does. And you have so many different other people that are out there that are doing with business and the neo financing world that is uh, accepting of the new found new currency, new way of digital currency. As I mentioned, digital currency always existed, but it was just different, and it was first in coinage and then in dollars or bill notes known as fiat money, you know, and or as we came to be known, monetary system. So now it's different because it's backed by technology. But not everyone in the world has accepted it, and majority of human beings have not because they don't know. Even the people who are in the high positions of leadership, whether it's political or the other infrastructural positions in the world in their countries, they don't know about this newfound currency and money, as we can say. But basically, I want to read some excerpts like I did in the past video, and to expound on it as I do even when I do my Islamic segments, and I go to the books and the scholars and take from there because I am not an expert. I'm not a specialist in finance or anything. I don't have lawyer or big time knowledge in taxes and knowing about tax. So I might speak whatever I speak on is what I get from the experts, and it's my and I use some of my opinion or my wording of how I want to make an opinion on that which I've learned from them. You know what I mean? Other than that, that's it. So don't. I mean, you can take from me what I've given you from what I've gotten, or you can leave it. I'm not your expert. I'm not here to train you in any area. I'm just giving education in the sense of knowledge that I've gotten. And that's all. Okay. So anyway, basically where I had left off before, it was we was talking about how, the world was like an underlining paradigm. Guarding money is being forgotten. People are forgetting that and moving away from that. And that's how we've come to the emergence of cryptocurrency, digital currency in the cryptography. And sometimes I stumble with that word, crypto or cryptography type of way that things have come to know under the blockchain that we've come to know about cryptocurrency. Those of us who do know, because some of us, like I said, many of us maybe are ignorant to it, might have heard maybe Bitcoin as far as that only like signifies any connection of knowledge that we know about what cryptocurrency is. That, oh, you heard about Bitcoin, which is the first, but there's more to that. Okay, so um, from to take from there, they said this guy, the author, in his book, he says, look at money till it loses its gaze. It is bound to come to Papa, desiring to be owned by you. So in other words, you can gaze at that money. The guys can stack it on the table. You can throw it in the air. You can try to rob somebody for it and gaze at it after you get it. I'm not saying do that because that you're gonna end up in a bad way. It could be several ways and things that can happen to you. So I'm not telling you to do that, but that's if you choose to want to do that crime, which it is, then it's on you. But look at it and gaze at it and see what is it doing? The only thing it's going to do for you is to buy certain things. That's all you're going to do. To purchase certain things, have purchase power, buying power. That's what it does, right? It gives you that opportunity, it gives you that capability. When money came to be, like once you lose the gaze and it has no more power, now it wants to come to you. Now all of a sudden, you want to basically have. I mean, it wants to basically get in the hands of the people, but it doesn't have its own life. So that's also like a symbolic sense of it, where he's coming from. You know what I mean? It's gonna be still wanting to be in someone's hand. Money's, or if it's not in your hands and you give up on it, someone else is gonna want to have it, or it will change, and that people will want to create something other than that. They no longer say, okay, I don't have no care and love for the dollar anymore, so I'm going to go to the yen, or I'm going to go to Bitcoin, or I'm going to go to Ethereum, different currencies. So that's what man has been known to do. you know so then it says, when money can begin to turn you off, money will begin to seek you on. So now you're going to become curious about other than what the one that you was dealing with before, the money that it turned you off. So now, there's going to be, there's that the idea of money is going to still permeate through your mind, or through the ways of where you eventually become grasping it again, wanting to own and have it, because it gets you things. That's how we know. That's how we come to know what it is, right? So give money the place of, and then if you give money in the place of God, and this is very important for us Muslims, especially because we live upon monotheism. We live upon worshiping Allah. We live upon knowing that Allah is our Razak, the provider, and He provides wealth, really, because He gives us the means to obtain wealth. If we're not alive, we ain't getting none of this. We ain't getting none of this matter. And get that straight. We don't have no breath in our life, or even if we can't walk because we're disabled, somebody else got to put money or put food or whatever we have to do. You quadriplegic, you can't even do none of that. I knew a brother who was quadriplegic. Some brothers that I know who I'm talking about, if you're watching this video. And we got to take that and be happy, feel blessed, and be humble and thankful to Allah that we're able to go out and take the means and provide for our families as men, and if you're a single mother, provide for your children, and the likes of this, and what Allah blesses you with, to have a job, to have your own, if you have your own business, and to be able to get this, what we call money. You understand? So putting money in the place of God, this is the problem. This is a problem. This is what causes a major problem. But he spoke on it in just put it out there as a quote. And you will have to pursue it. So you will be pursuing it yourself, because you put it in a place, in a position it doesn't have no deserving position to be in. It's not qualified. It's not even at that level, because it's a physical thing, and it comes from an idea of value that the people say, okay, that's going to be $1, that's going to be $5, that's going to be $20, that's going to be $50, that's going to be $100, or whatever the other countries they name their price, or name their give their money a number. or numbers and value. Men, we did it. That's the simplisticness of it. We made money. Allah didn't make money. He made the thoughts, allowed the thoughts to come in our brains and to, make this up. But and only a few did it to the extent that they wanted to have control over others with it. To say, okay, let's make a monetary system only for our country, for our government. And then others' minds went out there, and I'm not going to get into the nationality. Most people know who the main people who did this, and it become expansionist, or in other words, imperialist, to go and rule upon the world with their money and say, okay, every country has to have this as our standard, and you're pegged to this. You're pegged to our money. This is who you're going to be pegged to. And we control it ourselves. So in order for you to have any wealth, you have to come to us. That's what it is. It's not changing until we start changing in numbers, not just a few of us, and then you have a whole bunch of skeptical people, a whole bunch of people who's ignorant, a whole bunch of people who don't care, and they just regularly going on with the same process, same cycle of dependence. Not independent and having your own and controlling your wealth, and then building your wealth for a legacy for your family and your children, especially us Muslim men, as I mentioned in other videos. There's other videos some brothers have put out to let you know your position as a Muslim man is very, very serious to taking care of and maintaining your wives, your children, and making sure that they're getting what they need, especially that, and then some. Being also given happiness in their homes, given happiness in their life, doing the things that Allah says that we have to do, and it takes money to do, like even making Hajj, making our pilgrimage. It takes money, charity for the Muslims, 2.5% of our income every year. We don't have wealth. Everybody's going to be poor, and it's almost like that. That's how a majority of people be poor, and then only 1% is rich. That's what it is, and we want that. We want to keep that like that. It seems, but I don't. Not me. I'm not one who wants to keep it like that. And I hope there's other people and I know I have people that's same-minded people that, hey, wake up. You got to get away from that. So as it goes on, and I get into this, and it's the last part of it, the last two paragraphs. Then we expound and do some little bit of speaking and talking. As soon as it's going to be time for Fajr, the first prayer of the day, and I have to make that. Wake up my wife, and if she's not already up, she's probably hearing me. But I came into my lab. I'm in our creation room and multi-purpose room for our business. So this is where I'm at. Trying to not be too loud either because we have neighbors. But anyway, it says at this stage, let us revisit trade by barter. You hear that? Trade by barter. Those two words, take them if you want to look them up. If you don't understand them quite much in relation to money, that's where money began. It was the earliest time when we started to get to know about exchanging wealth. Put it that way. Exchanging something of value, or actually that's better to say, exchanging something of value peer to peer without any intervention or intermediary, any person in the middle, like we know as like with banks and central banks, anything central, but decentralized, like how cryptocurrency is. You understand? Especially when Bitcoin first came out. It started there. So that's why this guy, he says crypto was then, meaning trade by barter was then, peer-to-peer transactions of wealth, or what you had of value, put it that way. Whether it was he had animal, and the other person uh, had rope or water because they didn't have enough water in their land, but the other person had enough water, and they traded it, exchanged it. Here, you take that for this because I need it and you need what you need, and that gave some equality. It didn't bring that person over the other person, say he's better than that person and he owns that person. Now he's going to take him over. Now, it kept some humanity then more than it is today. You know, so back to the note with the cryptocurrency, that's one of the main reasons that cryptocurrency was created. If you read about the creator of the first cryptocurrency, peer-to-peer transactions, decentralized system that people can do transactions with their currency and their money person to person. They didn't have to worry about no intermediary and have mistrust or think their money won't get there in time or they get blocked. And even we know, yeah, they said, oh, there was a lot of people that were using this system or started to use this system that was underhanded, criminal acting type of people. That that happened with regular money for years. They call it blood money. People have died, and criminal organized crime have used the so-called mighty dollar as well as other dollars in their country for criminal acts. So why use that as an excuse? Why use that as a reason or some as to seem to be as a proof to say, oh, this money isn't good, or why should we, accept it as a good money or money that is beneficial to us? It's not that it's beneficial to us. It is the solution to the problems that we've had. It is a solution to the problems that we're having, that we've had and is having. Because in the beginning, trade and barter system was a very good system. But because of the maturing and the modernization of man's life, it became more difficult to utilize those types of systems. So they made more convenient systems. Not say that when they started creating the money that eventually came to be was created out of just evil. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that eventually through time, because man could take something that might have been good and convenient for them and utilize it greedily for themselves. And that's what happened because they become greedy, because they become power hungry, because they're biased and they're racist and they're whatever to keep them and say, no, I deserve all of this, and they don't. This has been known for man from the beginning, So the trade and barter system, it says trade by barter, humans transacted financially in a peer-to-peer fashion. Okay, example, there were social interactions amidst financial transactions, allowing room for traders to exercise their human capabilities in the course of a trade. In this system, there wasn't a central authority regulating the value of goods and services. They did it themselves. There was no authority over them that was regulating it. There wasn't a mandatory third party interfering with financial transactions. So both sides were satisfied because they said, I'm sending this to you, or I'm giving this to you, and you're giving me what I need. And I'm happy, and you're happy. And then they go their merry way and do what they do in their lives and continue on. Not to say it was always everything was peaceful, no, but it was better then. And now we're coming with a system that has backing of advanced technology because we're living in the modern times. Yeah, 21st century. We passed the 20th century. Now we're in the 21st century. So we're living in these times where this is what is our norm in our life. Technology. We know it. Phones, this, that, computers. Cars now, electric cars, solar power, all this stuff. AI, robots coming in, and robotic systems of computer systems known as AI, artificial intelligence, all this stuff. So why not currency? What's wrong? Mankind has been making currency up, been backing it with their what they want it to be as value. So it can't be. No, it's gonna be, and it is being. It's here. It's here to stay, and it's coming in. Now, we may not have fully control as people as eventually, because the systems are gonna try to do what they do and what they doing. Locking it down and regulating, and you ain't gonna have it. But that's part of the Dajjalic system, the pre-Dajjalic system. Because when he comes, and those for you who know, the Dajjal is going to be the most worst fitna upon mankind, from a human, from another man that is going to have ultimate control over the world. That Allah is going to allow him to, or we call him the Antichrist or the Anti-Messiah, or the one who is the false Messiah. To us, as we know as Muslims, we should know this history, should know and understand from the hadiths of the Prophet ﷺ and his revelations, bringing it down upon this, to be known that his system is coming and is going to be, and or some of it has already came to be. Some of the preparation for him to rule, has come to be. Some of the scholars even have mentioned. So we have to be aware of that. But there's cracks and crevices. But there's going to be isolation. Even the ones who are going to try to go up against the main one, the Mahdi, they're actually going to have to isolate themselves and be away from him as far as can be, until the one who's going to come, who's going to take him away from us and relieve us of his evil, which is Isa alayhi salam, as we know as the true Messiah or Messiah, the son of Ibn Miriam, the son of Mary. Okay, he's going to return. And this is just, I'm getting a little religious, but that's basis where I come from. When I come with what I come with, whether it's business, whether it's finance, whether it's anything, it's backed by my belief. That's who I am. You're going to know that with Taalib Abdurrahim, fellow Muslim brother in your neighborhood. Because this is the neighborhood right here. Online right now, this is neighborhood now. This is world. This is a community. Big communities. So no, you'll know me. I'm gonna always be backing what I say with my belief. That's just my life. Islam means deen, and that's my life. But not to make you feel some type of way, but that's what it is. So basically, what this guy is saying, it speaks for itself. It's been speaking for itself in the crypto space, and throughout, even not even that, just dealing with finance and dealing with money and economics on the level of where people are trying to bring the truth and trying to be upfront on what's going on, what's been going on, what we've been deceived with, because the people who have deceived us are greedy. The people who have deceived us they're all about themselves. They're selfish, self-centered, and biased, and racist as well. They only feel that they deserve to have. And Allah is showing and allowing us to be able to get through the cracks and crevices. So get through the cracks and crevices, and Allah is allowing us to be released from the matrix, get off get out of that matrix lock up, mentality, and being blind, and wake up and say, listen, what these people are trying to say, they're trying to help me to get away from being dependent and becoming independent, becoming controlling over your own wealth, over your own transactions, to the best of your ability, being self-sustaining. And that's another thing. In some of my videos, you'll be hearing me speaking about that, self-sustaining, where you have control over your life, where you don't have to depend on anyone barely, really, but Allah. Because origins of everything come from Allah, the earth itself, and we're on it. This is how we live. We live off this earth. We live off this, even though we do harm to it and are ungrateful for what we have, and we don't care and we take it for granted. We live from this. We survived from this. If it was taken away, we're gone. And that's what's going to happen eventually. Allah is going to fold up the whole universes, the heavens, and it's going to be gone. And then he's going to be given back on the day of Yom Qiyamah, resurrection. Everything will be resurrected. You understand? It's not a game. And we know this in Islam. But when it comes to these physical forms of life that we have to live, we need what we need. As I mentioned in my other video, you need what you need. So now we're in a position in the times that we're living in that money, as we call it, currency, what have you, finance, monetary needs and financial, we need it to be able to get the things that we need. You understand? So it's important. This is important. Watching a game on football, those guys got money. They got money. Do you got what you really need? Even after you die and you leave your family, do they got what they need? I'm worried about that for me. Brothers, we need to worry about that for ourselves, for our families. I'm not saying everybody got to strive to be rich, but I'm saying strive to build your wealth so that you are stable in being able to provide for your family and having something for them if even after you leave, that at least to bury you. They don't have to go and beg around and ask for people to give you money for the beg for to bury you, brother or brothers. Come on, we got to get better. And I'm talking to myself first as well as you. It's just nasiha, you know, we know. So, but also really finish up on this video. I'm involved in other opportunities besides just investing in the cryptocurrencies, putting my money there, taking my fiat and, buying these cryptocurrencies and owning maybe a few coins from some and maybe even parts and pieces of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, I don't have enough money to even own that at this point in time. But you can still buy into it. You can still invest and get and have growth off of your money. You can have gain off of your money because as it goes up in value, you might invest, like for example, you might invest $10, just even that, and that $10 can, through the gain, you can gain $20 more. By making another $10 on top, depending on how much percentage it goes up, and that percentage is going to go compounding into your money. You're going to get that return, that gain, as we know in the stock market world, gains. So it happens the same way with currency. The dollar forex, and you have that. They deal with currency trading. You know what I'm saying? So currency is also known as similar to how stocks are. People trade them, people buy them, people invest in them, exchange them. They have exchanges for the cryptocurrencies now. I mean, it's been going on. It's big, and stuff is continually, and like I said, business and stuff. But the opportunities that I was mentioning that I deal with, I'm, inviting people. Um, you can see, and you will be able to see in my description, I will give you the main one that I'm involved in at this point, because I've been in one before, but that one has a different type of system. That system I don't feel is that conducive to everybody getting money in a quicker manner and excuse me, and accumulating another cryptocurrency very easily. So, but the opportunity that I'm in now, they have their own cryptocurrency. The company is known as GS Partners, and it means Gold Standard Partners. And the breakdown of them, as you'll learn from those people who have a lot more knowledge in it, which I will be inviting you to their webinars and their streams that they do, live streams and talks that they help to introduce the business to, and the systems and the process, and they educate you on how to use the system to make money and to also help other people make money, and in the crypto space basically, and investing as well, and investing in gold, which is another, and we know where gold goes as far as money. It is the standard of the dollars and the monies that we know in many countries today. But of course, it was taken off that. But these people still own this gold. They're central banks, and they own the gold. They own plenty of gold because they know what they're doing. They have it as a commodity, asset that can protect whatever money that they have. So when they need to say, okay, well, we have to send the value of this to be able to build up our currency again and to give it some structure, they can do that. Put it as the value of again of the dollar or whatever type of currency they use. They might want to use it. So gold has always been known with its value, even the other precious metals. You know, so there's always value in that. So we utilize this in this company, gold as well, attached to the cryptocurrency. There's cryptocurrency that is pegged to the gold, and the gold, and it might be pieces of gold, grams or so forth, a certain percentage of the gold. And you can build it up by little. You don't have to worry about, okay, well, the gold right now at the price that it is $1,800, and you got to pay for and that's for 1 ounce. You got to pay $1,800 to own an ounce. No, you don't have to own an ounce right at this time. You can build up to owning an ounce in a a slower pace because it's there. The gold is there. They have mines, and these people that this company is attached to have people who are doing the mining of the gold, and they get that gold under your name under a crypto coding that is yours, keys or whatever you want to call it, which you'll learn later to the more details of what it is and how it works. But I will be putting my link there in the description to get back to the point in my descriptions in the video. So and mainly this video, this segment of my business and cryptocurrency or digital currency videos that I do in this on this platform here in my channel. But you'll see me with the Islamic channel, and then I'm going to be doing something in relation to the business with my wife as well, and incorporating that into my channel. But I appreciate you watching ultimately and listening in, and I'm going to get myself prepared for the salat, for the prayer, first prayer of the day. For those of you who are not Muslim that don't know, we make the first prayer of the day. It's called Fajr prayer for the Muslims. So we do this so we can get what we need continuously, or actually even what we want in this life, and that we're pleasing to our Lord because He's the one who provides for us. He's the ultimate one who provides us the way to gain what we gain, or to make our gains, in other words. So that's what I got to do eventually. So I'm going to prepare for that. But until the next time, it's been good. Alhamdulillah. And I hope you have benefited from what I've said. And also some of you are inspired to break away from this matrix, so-called, quote unquote, it's not the actual matrix, but the symbolicness of it, and being independent, more independent, away from the system, depending on stimulus checks and this and that, and trying to get credit cards, and even you trying to get your credit right. Basically, you have to, being living in a system that's like this, or a system of monetary capitalistic structure, but you still got to build yourself up to have more independence, as much as possible, having more wealth ownership of your own than something that is intrinsic. It doesn't have too much value, because even the credit, is no real value there. They're giving you that value. There's people who run these companies, so I'm just saying on that end. But back to the point. Good day. Have a great one. May Allah continue to guide us, Muslim brothers and sisters, on His deen in the straight way. Ameen. And give us more success in our life, whether so be it in our finances and wealth, and being fearful and having taqwa in our usage of our wealth, and not allowing it to be to overcome us. Allahumma ameen as well. So thank you very much, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum, and peace and blessings to all. Have a good one. Until next time. Oh, sorry, I'm still here. your style.